The GaggiMate. A quick introduction to what the GaggiMate can do. Most coffee machines, high-end coffee machines, they control the temperature and the pressure. So the temperature they control so it is exact. And the pressure as well, they have got ways of monitoring the pressure in there. So therefore, coffee with more expensive coffee machines is going to be better and it's going to be more consistent. Now, in most home coffee machines, relatively cheap ones, the temperature is controlled by a thermostat, and so therefore the heat will heat up, it will cool down, it will heat up, cool down, and where you make a coffee on that cycle of temperature will have an impact on the taste. With a GaggiMate, it has got an inbuilt PID in there which controls that temperature digitally, so you know exactly the temperature that you are making that coffee. And you can change those temperatures to match the beans, or you can just leave it there knowing it is exactly making that coffee at that particular temperature. The second thing that the GaggiMate can do, it can also control pressure. Temperature and pressure are the two key components, along with a good grinder, to make great espresso. So when you control those two things digitally, and this can do with a transducer that's internal, that's added to the GaggiMate, and that allows you to control pressure, and you can create pressures of different types for different flavors on the different profiles you can create. So you can pre-infuse at 1 bar, you can pre-infuse at 2 bar, you can then have a blooming phase at 5 bar. You can do a whole manner of different pressure profiles using this very sophisticated system called the GaggiMate. Other things it can do, it can also help with its steam boost. So it pulses water into the boiler whilst you're steaming, so that steaming process stays longer and more powerful. If you've got some scales, it can also Bluetooth scales, it can also link up to those, and therefore you can do some brew by weight. And also, if you've got a grinder that can be linked via Bluetooth, you can also grind by weight on that. Other things you can do, you can control it with a smart home system or home assistant. You can also control it with your phone and get the web platform of this, where you can actually create profiles. It comes preloaded with about 6 or 8 that will certainly keep you going for a long time, but you can easily, very, very easily, and I've got videos on how to do this, create your own profiles, and you can create different stages. So you can have a 1 or 2 pre-infusion stages. You can then have a blooming phase, then you can have an end phase, again all at different pressures for you to do. The GaggiMate standard is slightly different in the fact that it doesn't have that transducer. So even though it can make shots automatic and it can control temperature, there, you can make a shot that will last for 32 seconds and it will stop automatically on time. But you don't know what pressure, it won't change pressure in those shots. It will help. You can actually change the flow of water because it controls the pump, but you don't exactly know what pressures you are brewing at. Whereas with the GaggiMate Pro, with that transducer in there, you know exactly what pressure you are brewing at. You can also as well study different shots. So at the end of each shot, you can go into it on the web portal part, and you can see the graphs of your shot with flow, temperature, and the pressure, and basically study those. Depends how geeky you want to get. But a great, great addition if you want a real high-end coffee machine that can match those, costing far, far more than the Gaggi Classic or the Rancilio Silvia. Adding a GaggiMate or a PID will make a big, big difference to your shots.